left home shortly after 5 p.m. to attend a gymnastics class. The gym was only a few hundred meters from her home, but by 7 p.m., Yara had not returned home. When her parents could not contact their daughter, they immediately called the police. Within minutes, both state police and military police were mobilized to search for Yara. Confirmed that he saw the girl leave the gym. Yara also texted a friend at 6:44 p.m., but that was the last time anyone saw or heard from her, thanks to a police dog tracking Yara's everyone to a small village called Mapello, where her phone last emitted a signal. A large-scale investigation began by wiretapping hundreds of phone numbers to track down those who had been in Mapello and around Yara's home area. During the investigation, the police discovered a strange Moroccan conversation. Man named Mohammed Fikri was wiretapped saying, "Please God forgive me, I did not kill the girl." Believed this was a vague confession. Investigating further, the police discovered Fikri had boarded a ship to Tangier, even more suspicious. Fikri was immediately arrested, and in his belongings, the police found a blood-stained mattress. Many believed Yara had met with foul play. However, until Fikri was detained, everything was clarified. His words had been mistranslated, and the blood on the mattress was not Yara's. Fikri was released, and all of Italy turned back to focus on searching. 3 months later, the whole country of Italy was shaken. A man operating a remote-controlled aircraft something strange in the grass in the field. It was a small shoe, along with a decomposed and that was Yara's body. Due to the level of media attention, the most famous forensic experts in Italy were assigned to perform the autopsy. The conclusion showed Yara died from hypothermia and then left in the field. She was not sexually assaulted, but on her body there were more than 10 cuts caused by a sharp object. In Yara's respiratory tract, there were traces of lime, and on her clothes, there were plant fibers used to make rope, indicating that the attacker most likely worked in the construction industry. At the same time, a male DNA sample was found in Yara's underwear, indicating the perpetrator might have been injured because the evidence in this case was so scarce. The entire case focused on this DNA sample. The investigation became the most expensive manhunt in Italian DNA samples were collected, and after thousands of tests, the police discovered the DNA on Yara, named Damiano Garanoni. However, Garanoni was in South America when Yara went missing, and the DNA. But this DNA indicated that he was related to the perpetrator. The problem was that Garanoni's father had 11 siblings, making the search area extremely huge. The police then found Giuseppe, Garanoni's uncle. The Italian names are a bit difficult to read. When the police found the trail of this uncle, they discovered he had passed away, which was 11 years before the crime occurred. Fortunately, Giuseppe's widow gave the police a box of old documents, in which there was a copy, Tronco Thakobin Sal, driver's license, and a postcard that he once sent to his family. On that postcard, there was still a stamp that had been licked, and so the police were able to obtain DNA from this lick mark, and the results confirmed that Joseph was indeed the biological father of the perpetrator. This Mr. Joseph had 3 legitimate children, including 1 daughter and 2 sons. But their DNA did not match, and they also had no children. So, at this point, there was only one possibility, an illegitimate child. The body of Jesus was even exhumed to confirm the DNA. And the result was a match. The search now turned to tracing clues about a secret relationship 30 to 45 years ago. Based on rumors and tips, old secrets began to surface. A former colleague of Mr. Jesus, from the time he was a bus driver revealed that Jesus had once gotten a woman into trouble back in the 70s and 80s. And that woman was believed to be Estorina Atsushi. Atsushi's DNA was once taken, but it did not match until the police realized a serious mistake. They had compared her DNA to the DNA of little Yara. That's why it didn't match. They didn't take her DNA to compare with the suspect's DNA. Atsushi also denied the affair, and she insisted that she had been properly married and then gave birth to twins, including one boy and one girl, and she guaranteed that these two people could not possibly be the children of Mr. Juso. Is everyone curious to know what her son was named? Massimo Giuseppe Bossetti. Why is her son's middle name Giuseppe? The same name as the man she is suspected of having had an affair with. Why is it such a coincidence? Of course, when hearing such words, the police could not believe her. At that time, Massimo, that son, was 43 years old. His job was a construction worker. He lived in Mapello, the very place where Yara's phone sent its last signal, and his profession was also extremely consistent. With the lime traces found on Yara's body, the police set up a fake breathalyzer test to obtain Massimo's DNA sample, and the result was that Massimo was indeed the biological son of Giuseppe, and at the same time, his DNA also matched perfectly with the perpetrator, Massimo. Bossetti was sentenced to life in prison for murdering little Yara,